Dear reader, I didn't really intend to write this book. Frankly, I was afraid to even try. There was a lot going on in our nation at the time. Protests over the shooting death of Michael Brown in Missouri, the choking death of Eric Garner in New York, Michael Dunn's second trial and murder conviction, and the shooting death of Jordan Davis in Florida, and I was trying to sort through my feelings about all of it. I didn't think I could do the topic justice. I didn't want to dishonor the fallen by failing to do it justice. Since I grew up with a dad who was a police officer, I struggled to reconcile what I knew of him and his former colleagues with the men in uniform who had taken the lives of unarmed civilians. But the idea wouldn't let me go. And it wouldn't let go of the nation either. Protests erupted across the country, the Black Lives Matter movement cranked up, and suddenly people everywhere were quoting Dr. Martin Luther King, usually in opposition to the protests, mind you. I wondered, what would Dr. King say and do if he were living in our present social climate? How would his teachings hold up nowadays? I sent my friend and mentor Jodi Picoult an off-the-cuff pitch for Dear Martin. Jodi was working on Small Great Things, a novel that dealt with American race relations, so I thought she could give me good advice. She loved it and encouraged me to keep writing. So here is Justice McAllister's story, the events of his high school senior year, why he started writing to Dr. King, and his realization that while the answers can be hard to come by, the point is to find the courage to ask the questions in the first place. I hope his journey will give readers a way to identify their own questions and answers. What's up, you guys? I am back with a book review of Dear Martin by Nick Stone. I was sent this book for review. I actually requested it and they sent it to me. I was so happy. Woo! So this book came out last month, October 17th. I dropped the ball because of school. I was supposed to read this last month, but better late than never. I read this book in one sitting. So, Dear Martin is the story of Justice McAllister. He is currently at a prep school. It's like a boarding prep school. He's one of eight black kids in his class. This book deals with how he handles being at an elite school with elite white people and being one of the only black kids. It deals with a couple of situations that he runs into the police with. I want to tell you more about the plot, but I really can't without spoiling it. Just know that it touches on all of those issues. I know people get tired of talking about the same issues over and over and over, but if you don't talk about it, then people will forget and they'll just revert back to doing the same BS that they've always been doing. The conversations that are had in this book between Justice and his classmates, and Justice and his professor, and Justice and his mom, in regards to white privilege, in regards to interracial relationships, with regards to being black and being successful and still being treated less than and having to deal with it. Everything about this book, everything about the conversations had in this book, everything about the context of this book is relevant, it's necessary, and everybody could learn something from this book. The book is only 200 pages. You can read it like that. Go pick it up. If you don't want to pay for it, go to the library. Support your local library. I really think you should buy it because support a sister is a real thing. You know, not me. I'm talking about Nick. Y'all know that I am not a big rereader. I read this book twice just because I felt like I was getting so mad when they were having those conversations, and that white boy, he was getting on my goddamn nerves. Read the book so you'll know what I'm talking about. Ugh. Anyway, I recommend this book to everyone. Everybody needs to read this book. Go check it out. Matter of fact, I just had a really awesome idea. I'm gonna do a giveaway. So, this is what I want you guys to do. Because when I do giveaways, I like to be difficult. There's a part in the book when Justice's friend Manny, his dad, is having a discussion with Manny and Justice, and basically it was after a situation and the dad is telling Manny, I'm sorry that these situations are a shock to you because they're not a shock to me, and I feel like I didn't prepare you for them properly. So my question to you guys is, when did you first realize that race was a thing? leave that down below. And anybody who leaves a comment will be entered into the giveaway. I'll leave it open to the end of November. If you don't want to enter, but you still want to answer the question, just answer the question and say, I don't want to enter, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that is all that I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below in my Bella, and I will talk to you guys later.